And
Keep
so
going.
I'm saying,
Say it.
I think the end segment,
Say it.
the end segment is the common thread.
This isn't therapy. This is not therapy. This is not therapy. This is not therapy. This isn't therapy.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hi, and welcome back to another fun,
Flirty,
fabulous
episode
of This Isn't Therapy. The podcast about all the stuff people are talking to their therapists about.
Yes.
My name is Jake Ernst, and I am a therapist. Who are you?
I am Simon Palick, and I am not a therapist. But together, Jakey and I, we're just two gal pals who like to have therapy conversations about therapy themes.
Yes.
So what we'd like to do...
Casual couch.
Casual couch, buzzwords.
Yes.
We take these grubby little paws, we peel back the therapy curtain, we reach into that therapy room, we pull out a theme, a factoid, a question, a query, a quandary, something that is floating around in the culture, and then we just bring it here to the This Isn't Therapy studio and just have a casual couch Kelly conversation about it. Why?
Well, it's because therapy themes are everywhere you look. That's
Yes.
right. We say that every single week.
We do. Literally go back and check.
You know what else we say every week?
What?
Well, actually, we don't say it every week, but we haven't said it in a long time.
What?
Who is Casual Kelly?
We don't know.
Who the heck is Casual Kelly?
Who is Casual Kelly? You know what? It's, if you don't know, I guess you'll have to find out.
Exactly. Well, she's sitting right here.
Yeah.
This is Casual Kelly.
This is Casual Kelly. Speaking,
Yeah.
what are we talking about today?
So today we're going to talk about these really important therapy themes. Number one is the extinction of experience.
En français?
Yeah, the
boy.
extinction of experiences.
Yep.
This is a bit of an extension from a few of our episodes the past few weeks, where we've been talking about technology, kind of like online living and high-tech lifestyle, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about, what's the other topic?
Friendship breakups.
That's right, of course. Friendship breakups. We have a lovely story from a lovely listener. The
lovely
loveliest listener this week.
Yeah, we're going to have a conversation about a very thing that many people experience, but not a lot of people talk about.
Yeah.
Which is that very unique, specific heartbreak that comes with a friendship breakup.
Breakups aren't just for romantic couples.
No.
Sometimes they happen in friendships. But you also know what we say.
What do we say?
There are big ships.
And?
Small ships.
And?
But the best ships are friendships.
Yeah. Battleships.
Battleships. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In any case, we
Yeah.
will get there soon, but not just yet. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. See you there.
Okay. I'll be there. Will you be there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
For those
Wow.
who are watching, hello.
No, go. You
Hi.
obviously had something to say,
Yeah.
so say.
I was going to say, for those who are watching on YouTube, you'll
Yeah.
have noticed this fabulous magician's curtain that is behind me.
What is the curtain? What's behind there?
It's the therapy curtain.
Yeah.
These are the curtains that we pull back, by the way.
Yeah.
So again, if you are a lovely listener who's watching on YouTube, you will get, in fact, a first eye glance. First eye glance?
First eye glance.
First eye glance.
You heard it here first.
At our therapy curtains.
Yeah.
And
And,
so-
we have them in two colors as of right now.
Don't they look lovely, gal?
They do. I'm happy with this.
They're so velvety.
Yeah, so if you're not watching, you must be listening. If you're
gotta-
just listening, you got to be watching.
You're only getting half the story.
Getting half the story.
Yeah.
Speaking of stories,
Yeah.
why don't you talk to us about the extinction? What is it?
It's called the extinction of experience.
Extinction of experience.
Yeah.
I'm seated and I am very curious.
Okay, so the extinction of experience is based on this book by Christine Rosen.
Okay.
Christine
Oh
Rosen.
my God, I ran into her the other day.
Oh my gosh, she said.
Oh my God,
And
I was
she
at
said-
Target. Oh, and she said, "Are you gonna take that?"
Yeah.
Because there was only one left.
I want it. It's fine.
It was this like really cute purple t-shirt by George.
In fact, these are the
Yeah.
experiences that she's talking about.
Yeah.
in her
And I was
book.
like, no, yeah, girl, take it. It's fine. I'll come back. So, yeah.
So again, her name is Christine Rosen.
Yeah.
She is, to my knowledge, a historian.
Yeah.
And she,
Who shops at Target?
yeah, exactly. And so she's talking about the extinction of experience.
Mm.
Like those two words I haven't seen together ever.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of fascinated by the title. But essentially she's saying that there are certain key experiences that we need as humans that we are losing to this screen mediated lifestyle, leaving us more embodied. And so these experiences, she's saying, are at the risk of extinction. If we don't do them enough in real life,
Oh my God.
we're being replaced by
Well, what are some of
technology.
these experiences?
Well, she might also suggest, I'm not sure if this was actually a journalist, like reporter who said this or her that said this, but also the word,
Someone else can fact check.
but the word coddling is also in the mix.
Okay.
Where sort of screens are coddling our existence and experiences rather than enabling us to do it in real life. And so here are the 4 experiences that she mentions, and we'll talk about them.
Oh my God.
The first one is community. That should be a no-brainer. That's obvious. The ways that smartphone technologies do that. The next one is serendipity. Oh. We're losing that like connection just to the things that bring us joy in a very like
Serendipity is something that happens by mistake.
unsuspecting sort of joys, right?
Yeah.
That we come across in our daily living. And when we're so attached to technology, or maybe we get so zoomed in on the screen, we just miss. We miss so much. And so we'll talk about that. The next one is community.
Okay.
That was number 1.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was a slip.
Yeah.
The next one is patience.
Okay.
So we're losing, of course, a lot of our patience because we need everything to be quick and easy and fast. And the last one is risk. So we're not taking enough risks and going outside of our comfort zone to, get action or outcomes, to get what we need in life.
Goodness.
So we're not taking the social risks, or maybe we're not taking career risks or lifestyle risks. We are playing it safe. And so when everything has to be sort of like solo and like immediate and comfortable, she sort of is cautioning us against giving into the experiences that are provided to us by technology rather than the experiences that we need. And so it's a new form of extinction, which I find personally just fascinating.
Yeah.
Which kind of drew me to the book, and it's a really great read.
Have you read it all?
I have. It's so good.
Wow. How long did it take you to read?
It took me way too long, actually.
What's too long for you?
Too long is 2 months. But I also had like a lot going on, so
But that doesn't feel like a long time, to be honest. I'm a slow
really?
reader. I'm a really slow reader.
I'm a fast reader, but a slow absorber. I absorb the information
like a sponge.
Yeah, I
Like
try
a
to take my
slow
time
sponge.
with it.
Yeah.
I can read like fast, but I get to a
as
point.
an empath, you're just there like soaking in all of the emotions and the experiences of the characters.
Yeah.
It's really hard to sparse through all the nuance.
You could say that some of it is extinct.
Yeah.
Because of the way that I blaze through it.
So these 4 things, community,
Yeah, patience,
risk, serendipity, community again.
Yeah. Yeah. You
These
can never have enough community.
never have enough. Is there sort of like a cause as to why we're losing these things? Is it all tied to social media?
Yeah, the book is really about like disembodiment and how we become disconnected from ourselves and from our brains and bodies when we live the high-tech lifestyle. But what she really sort of talks about is how...
Oh, goodbye.
That was my watch that just fell. What she talks about is how the screen-mediated life means that a lot of our communication, our connection with each other is mediated by screens now. And so like we're not really talking face-to-face, being with each other face-to-face, being with each other in real life in that social health kind of way, right? And so when everything is... There's a screen in between us, whether that's like a Zoom meeting or a phone call or a text message, a group chat, or to get our entertainment, we're not going to the theater anymore. We're kind of going just to our phone. It means that we have grown too accustomed to the ways that screens, again, are replacing our connection and essential experiences as humans. So I just find it interesting, just like the framing of it. As a future author myself,
Yeah.
I'm interested in how we take these concepts that we know are true
Yeah.
and how we put them into a form or a structure that is intended to really pack a punch. And I think she really nailed it with the 4 experiences too.
Okay, so question for you about that therapy
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
Why do we need these 4 things? Like, why do we need community? Seems pretty, like we've talked about that.
Yeah.
So maybe we can jump to the next 3, because we're going to revisit community again because we name it twice.
It's
right?
twice. Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's named twice.
Okay.
But,
So
like, why do we need risk? Why do we need patience?
I actually wanted to start there with risk. So risk taking is actually one of those developmental milestones that we really test a lot in adolescence. It's one of the things that says, hey, look, Ma, can I go and be successful as an adult? I'm going to sort of test those boundaries a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump out of the nest and see if I can fly.
I'm going to Claret's and I'm getting a piercing.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say.
Yeah. I want
I'm doing 4 cartilage piercings all at once.
That's it. And so when we do those
Claire's won't do
things-
cartilage piercings.
Oh, was
Speaking
that?
from experience.
Oh, is that right?
And if they do, yeah. Because you're not supposed to get a cartilage piercing with a gun.
I read that about you.
You're supposed to get it with like a needle
Yeah.
because it might shatter the cartilage apparently.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert, so I don't know. Someone on the internet figured that out, but
I think it really just means that when we are too risk averse,
you're so good at putting us back on track.
thank you. When we are just too risk averse, we just aren't building the same muscles that we need in order to be healthy. And so if we're not taking those risks, and this isn't just in an adolescent context, through adulthood, we need to be able to still push ourselves outside of that comfort zone so that we can grow those really essential like social health muscles that we were talking about in many of our episodes prior, where we need to have a healthy form of risk taking that says to ourselves, I can be my own person, I can action my own outcomes, but also to the people around us, we also want to become what is called individuated. We want to separate from them and not become enmeshed. So enmeshed is when we are blurring lines in relationships, boundaries get a bit blurry,
Right.
and then that confuses where we're at. And so essentially what risk taking does, if it's social risk taking, we can establish ourselves as our own person. And we also get to signal to other people, like I'm confident, I'm capable, I'm a good person to be around. And it keeps people close in that sense. So there are many benefits of taking these risks. And so
I can also see it as like an opportunity to try something.
Yeah.
Right? Like to trial something.
yeah,
Right? Like, oh, I have a need to do something. I want to try something. I'm going to go out and do it. And then I get a little bit more information about myself.
so let's talk about what are some of the risks that we might shy away from. So these are things, of course, like taking the promotion because we're stressed about what leadership might feel like for us.
Oh, so we don't take it.
So we don't take the risk to apply for the job or the promotion. Or it may even be like speaking up at a meeting or even giving a presentation at work. Sometimes those can feel too risky, too scary even. And so then we don't do it. And so we shy away from it and we listen to the easy route, the easy path, rather than pushing ourselves despite being capable of doing so. And so essentially what happens is we overestimate how scary and hard it's going to be, and we underestimate our ability to handle it. That really is the formula of the risk
Right.
aversion.
What I guess to your
Cycle.
point, and we've kind of talked about this before, is that we need to, you need discomfort to kind of expand and grow.
Yeah.
Right. And so if we're completely risk averse, because if we don't do anything that puts us outside of our comfort zone, then we don't grow or change.
Yep.
Okay.
In the most like pure example of exposure therapy that I can think of, right? It's use it or lose it. If you don't do it, then you won't be able to have practice and grow that muscle group. And so essentially what the argument here is that by being too risk averse, we're also losing that really key essential muscle that we need. And so it could even be like talking to a stranger in a line at the coffee shop, right? That is,
Oh my God, that seems wild.
it is, and there is sort of a social and emotional risk that we sign up for
Yeah.
when we do things like that are inherently vulnerable and not dangerous. But they do produce a level of discomfort that some of us avoid. And some of us say, that's too risky or too unsafe feeling. And so we have to get really good at assessing or appraising, like, is it unsafe or is it truly dangerous? Is this discomfort or is this danger? And I think that is something that I use a lot with my clients, just like helping people assess to add some thinking into something that can be sometimes purely an emotional decision or response.
Do you do that work also because of the technology that we have, the screens that we have?
Yeah.
That gives us, it's such a shield, but it's also kind of a bit of a fence, because we have such an easy out now for not having to do something or to, be in line, and you can just dive into whatever social media app of your choice.
Totally.
Versus like interact with someone.
Well, let's maybe move to talk about patience, because I think that risk and patience also have this next point in common, which is that in order to reduce uncertainty, we try to take less risks, and we also want them to be immediate, and we want to know what the outcome is. And so what can happen is with patience, the patience side of this is that we make really impulsive decisions, and then we may confuse that with risk taking. And so we also have to be thoughtful and patient that gratification or rewards or pleasures or satisfactions will come or can come eventually with added time. But we want things to be immediate. We want to know what the outcome is going to be. And so we have this like foot on the gas at the same time we're like constantly braking. And so like the risk taking, the risk aversion is this like I'm constantly braking. But then the reward immediacy that I expect is sort of like I need it to be now. And so it's sort of like a hurry up and wait situation where we do have to practice slowing down at the same times taking the leap. So it's almost like you take the leap off the cliff and you need a parachute.
Yeah.
So you take the risk to jump, and then you also have to be patient in the descent. So you get a parachute rather than just free fall all the way down.
Right.
And so I think that's where patience really can come in, is that it's the brake pedal of life. It's the thing that helps us stop and wait and slow down before just like acting and reacting. But really, I think this big cycle that we're talking about is that we're in just such a cycle of reactivity.
Yeah.
Where we're so reactive all the time without responding. And so reactions versus responses, right? That there's a moment in between that we have to insert intentionally that says, oh, wait, hold on. I don't just have to live life so reactively. I can live life more thoughtfully and respond. I would say overall, and again, this isn't a scientific conclusion or backed by research by any means. This is purely anecdote, like just my thinking. But I do think that people who are living a more reactive life tend to be more mentally unhealthy, unwell. Those are the ones that are practicing probably the more mentally unhealthy habits.
Like what?
So things like jumping to conclusions or catastrophizing or blowing things out of proportion or awfulizing everything. Those are reactions that we have. But we also have to get really good at talking back to the reactions that we have. And so we don't always choose the reactions. We don't always choose our thoughts and emotions, but we can also insert and introduce new thoughts and new behaviors into that equation so that we don't have to live life so reactively. And so again, just to go back, I do, again, not backed by science, but I do think that the less reactive we can become through things like therapy or through the work that we do on ourselves, the less reactive we are, I think the healthier and the more satisfied we are. I think people who are less reactive have more satisfying lives. Again, that's not a scientific conclusion. I'm just saying that would just sort of be my observation of what we're talking about here around patience and risk. And then the serendipity component of that, which is that we also should be open and embrace like wonder and opportunities for awe and to go back to that childlike version of ourselves. That's like, oh yeah, things just happen sometimes by accident and sometimes like unplanned. And there's still good outcomes that come from that.
Yeah. You know what I think about through all of this, and I think we've said it before. So if you're a hardcore fan, you've probably heard this before. But if you're new to this, welcome.
Hello, hi.
Is when I think about like some of the best days of my life, like recently in the last 2-3 years, right? Where I was like, wow, that was one of the best days ever. Like I had so much fun, whatever it may be. It's never has anything to do with my phone or anything that I bought off of Amazon.
Yeah.
Or I went to go see fireworks and I filmed it on my phone to then go watch that video of fireworks later. Like I didn't. It was
just being a person.
It was none of that. And I kind of hear all of the things that you kind of were mentioning in that book, like the 4 experiences that are going extinct. And I think like the days that I had, like the best day ever, like kind of tackle all those four things. They're kind of the fabric that make up some of those things.
Like something unplanned, serendipitous, something in community with other people.
Yeah.
Something where patience and slowing down is necessary.
Yeah.
And something where like you
tried something different.
Yeah, you
Right.
took
I
a
honestly
risk.
think about like our summer when we were on the boat.
Yeah.
Right. Like I think about like we were like camping in like Northern Ontario, like 6 hours away from where we live. And I just remember some of those days where I was like, I'm so happy.
Yeah. Bliss.
Yeah. And we like, it was just days full of that stuff.
Totally. And a lot of those things are inherently can be uncomfortable sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Like when I'm driving a boat through a storm and I'm like, Adam, take the wheel. I don't know what to do here.
Yeah. Or when you have to make an aqua dump because you don't have a working toilet.
That was Jakey risk in action.
Yeah.
And so I do think that like that just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean we have to avoid it, right? It's uncomfortable because it's new, not because we have to back away from it, or not because we shouldn't do it.
Okay, so to wrap this up, are there kind of like antidotes for achieving those things? Like, should we be moving towards experiences or scenarios like talking to that person while we're waiting in line? Like, should we be moving towards that, even though our gut instinct is to like go on our phone?
Yes. And so number one, I just go read the book. There's a lot of really great solutions that are baked in there. But I would say if I were to like weave all this together, one of my tried and true solutions follow this formula, which is mood over action. No, that's wrong. I'm going to edit.
No,
Mood.
keep that in. Keep that in.
Grant, keep that in. What I meant to say was mood follows action. So sometimes we forget in this really screen mediated lifestyle that action should come first and then I'm going to feel better. But what tends to happen is that we wait for a feeling and then we take action. But it's the opposite.
Holy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So typically a lot of us when we're in our decision making or choosing what actions we should take, we sit around waiting for a feeling, right? So we wait till we're in the right mood. We wait till we're feeling good. We wait till we're feeling happy or confident to do something. But again, scientifically, it's the opposite, which is that mood follows action. So when you take the action, that's when the mood comes. So mood comes after action. Wow. So do the thing.
Yeah.
Put yourself outside of the comfort zone. Take the risk. Do what it takes to be patient. So manage your emotions, manage your thoughts. Get yourself into a social group. Be present and be open to awe and wonder and things that are unplanned. And then the mood follows after that. The moods that you want are on the other side of the actions you need to take.
Wow. Put that on a t-shirt.
Put it on the t-shirt.
Yeah. Hey, Queen.
Yeah. So anyway, that's sort of the summary there, Queen.
I love that.
Yeah. So mood follows action. And that really is a big takeaway from the book for sure. But I think in life, that's a really good direction to head in. Yeah.
Well, speaking of directions, it's time to go in another direction.
Oh, come on.
So it's time for us to move into our second segment where we're going to talk about friendship breakups.
Come on, Queen.
Through a lovely listener story.
All right. I'll see you there.
So we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Wow, that word from our sponsors was incredible.
I loved what they had to say about us.
Honestly, yeah. I didn't think they were going to say that, but then they said it.
It's like a backwards promo where they're promoting us.
Yeah.
They're paying us to promo us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
like
it.
Tide Pods is like, I don't want to
You know what? Simon and Jake are
I don't want to
great.
talk about the fact that we have OxyClean now.
No.
I want to talk about Simon and Jake.
Simon and Jake are great.
I love that.
They
Thanks,
have-
Tide Pods.
Thanks, Tide Pod.
Thanks, Tide.
Love you, girl.
Love you.
Bye, Queen.
Hey, Queen.
Hey, Queen.
Okay, so speaking of queens, we're now going to move into the direction of friendship breakups.
Yeah.
So I'm really fascinated by them right now.
Yeah.
I'm a lot of the work that I'm doing right now in like my scripted world, my filmmaker world. I'm kind of like, I don't know, kind of obsessed with this.
Are you planning a friendship breakup?
I am playing with different things that involve friendship breakups.
Oh my god.
Which I think is, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't think we see a lot about like romantic breakups in media,
Yeah.
but we don't really explore the unique heartbreak that comes with friendship breakups. So anyways, we had a lovely listener share us a story with us, and with their permission, we are going to read it live on the air, and we're going to talk about friendship breakups through the lens of this lovely listener story. So thank you for submitting. And if anyone feels inclined to submit something, you know where to find us.
Love it.
Send us a DM. Okay, and it goes like this. I made this friend in college who I thought was literally my friendship soulmate. 10 years later, we were still texting like every day. Memes, outfit pics, dumb thoughts in the middle of the night. Then one day, she stopped replying right away. No big deal. People get busy. But the pauses started stretching longer. A few hours turned into days. I told myself not to overthink it, but then she started hanging out with this new group from a social volleyball team she joined. I also joined a volleyball league. I'd see them on her stories, getting drinks, hanging out, concerts, etc. She's allowed to have other friends other than me, by the way, but I'd send her messages. Usually she'd heart them, but not an actual reply. Ooh, woof. Modern friendships, eh? And time between replies kept growing and growing until I felt like something needed to be said. We had a call and talked about it and cried, and it wasn't anything specific that was causing us to drift. It just was happening. So we agreed to make a conscious effort to keep our friendship alive. Spoiler alert, it didn't. The last time we saw each other, it was for coffee. I felt like I was on a date with someone who'd already moved on. We talked about work, life, surface stuff. When we hugged goodbye, she said, "Let's hang out soon." And I knew we wouldn't. Why does this feel like the worst heartbreak of my life?
Lovely listener.
Thank you for sharing.
Heavy, heavy.
Heavy, heavy.
Wow. I mean,
Heavy
okay.
is the heart that holds love.
I mean, let's just start here. Like, this is grief, right? Like,
Yeah.
friendship breakups, romantic breakups, love, loss. It's all part of the same cycle. That it really hurts to be detached from someone you really once had an attachment to, or maybe someone that you saw like a longer future with. This is tough.
But how is it different? Is there a different like texture to grief, or even the opposite side of it, like of the attachment of being close to to a friend versus a romantic partner? Like, is there a different texture to it?
I mean, it certainly looks different, but I would say that's true maybe of all romantic relationships also.
Oh, okay.
That even like length of time, like things that you were doing together, like maybe even someone's own emotional like ability to manage themselves. There's so many factors and layers to this, right? Like, some people are of the idea that I don't want to get hurt again, so I'm just going to cut them off and I'm just going to go cold turkey and it's over. Then some people are doing the slow fade thing, which we've talked about here before, where there's sort of this drift that happens, but no one really names what's going on. And so you kind of live in this limbo stage where you're trying to guess or having to figure out, like, what are we? What is the strengths of this friendship and connection?
Yeah.
And so, and again, those happen in relationships too, whether it's in early stages of dating or in really long-term romantic connections. I think that in any case, I think the same through line here is that, yeah, this is a type of grief. I don't necessarily know that we need to compare them across them all, because I think it looks different for everybody. It's, as many have heard, it's not linear. It's not one
It's
straight
a matrix.
It's not one straight line.
Yeah.
It's the matrix. Yeah,
The matrix of grief.
And so I'm curious where we should go with this, because number one, when I read the story originally, I felt for our lovely listener, and I also want to feel like we are giving some good, solid guidance around this. But then there's also this other part of me too, side that I sit here and I'm like, maybe this person isn't looking for advice, because there's no question, and I noticed that.
No, they didn't ask.
There was no question that they
asking for
asked
friend is
us.
at the end of every episode, but yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is, typically in these stories, there is sort of an implication. There's like, they imply something that, like, I need help with something. And this didn't happen with this lovely listener story, which I found interesting, right? That it, again, was just the story. And it isn't really asking for anything. So I want to respect that maybe this person isn't looking for us to fix it and step in and solve it and make it go away. And so we are certainly in it with the friend that we're just like gonna hold space with it, and it just sucks. It's really crappy what happens here, and it may not be the time to deliver this advice or this line, but it's really hard, right? Because people also make their choices. We don't always control like what other people do or say to us or how they value our friendship, right?
Why is this becoming more of a common thing? Or has it always been here? We're just sort of talking about it now.
It's always been here, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been here, right? I think that there's naturally actually, let's back up a second. I do think that we have to we're up against these big myths from media about the BFF thing, which is that we have to have like our people throughout our entire lives. But people come and go naturally. Like we travel to different groups throughout our lives. We have different collections of people. Sometimes that's based on work. Sometimes that's based on the class that we get put into in like high school and middle school. There are many factors, right, that determine like whether friendships will last and whether they stay. I mean, I can think of a few close friendships that I've had in my life throughout, especially like work relationships, like when you kind of build close relationships at work and then it kind of translates into social stuff after. But after I've left those jobs, like naturally because you're not seeing them every day.
Yeah.
The style, the shape of that relationship just changes.
Yeah.
And I think it sounds like that's what's happening here.
Yeah.
But I also want to respect that there might be the layer that our lovely listener is thinking about, which is that it feels intentional or it feels like there's something about them that they're being dumped or ghosted or rejected or abandoned.
What about the piece around like, I'm again just curious, like, is there such a thing that people, and we hear this a lot, where people are just like, oh, I'm just growing in a different direction?
Sure.
Or like,
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know these people, but based off of the story, it's kind of like, it sounds like this one friend discovered this new group of friends, and maybe this new group of friends is what they need right now.
Yeah.
Versus this college friend who has been there for 10, I think it was like 10 plus years or something, is no longer something that you need anymore. Is that a normal fabric of relationships, let alone friendships, that we only essentially need people at certain points in our lives, and then we may not need them anymore because we've sort of outgrown it? Or am I sort of approaching it in like a really
It does sound
weird
transactional.
way?
Sounds transactional that like we need people only for certain things or certain reasons. Like
Okay.
I think part of at least what I hear there is that sometimes we're not so good at assessing the strength or the quality of our relationships and the people around us. So sometimes we can be bad at picking people to be in our circle. And sometimes we also settle for maybe not so great people that are there. And so I kind of come back and maybe hopefully to empower the lovely listener and think about like, is this someone that you would have rode for? Like, does this sound like your definition of a quality friend if they're willing to do this to you?
Yeah.
It does raise questions for me personally. Like I'm just thinking like myself as a friend, like if I was being treated that way, I don't know that I would have to update my definition of friendship, I think, with that person if there was a pulling back that was happening. But again, I'm also in a place for myself, like where I don't work harder than my friends do. I don't work harder to maintain a relationship than harder than they're working. And so I put in equal or sometimes more effort, sometimes less effort than friendships do. And again, I think that ebbs and flows, but on the whole, I think as an average, like if you're working harder than they are to maintain the friendship, like there's something that's information for you. There's something in that, I think. And I think there is a natural drift that happens, like as lives get busy or people get partners or people like, again, find new hobbies and interests and then therefore get a new friend group, right? Because if they're on a new volleyball team, let's say, that naturally people come and go. And I think what can tend to happen is, I don't know if this is sort of what you're referring to, but like sometimes people can get pretty territorial, like in a friend group. And so like when there's a new person that's invited in or brought in, that can sort of raise some people's alarm bells. And then there's a territorial thing that happens. And then there becomes this like choice thing that people are forced into. It's like, do we want the group as it was, or are we going to be open to bringing new people in? And naturally, I think that life circumstances like also mean that people naturally make choices about how they want their social life to look. And so it just sucks not being chosen. It sucks like not being included like in that way that you want to. Or there is I think the reason why I went to grief first was because it sounds like this person is reminiscing on like the way things used to be. And having a hard time adjusting to the way things are and updating maybe the reality of the situation compared to what they want it to be.
It's tricky because we don't know, which I like. I like there was no reason. Like this lovely listener didn't give us an explanation as to why this was happening. But it didn't even sound like they were looking for one either. I think they were just kind of sharing.
Yeah.
That this is an experience that I've had.
Yeah. And
Which
I think it is helpful to hear people talk about it, the experience of it. Yeah.
Because we're just being forensic here because we need to have a conversation about this. Hence we took it to the pod. But I wonder about like, is friendship something that's supposed to last a lifetime? Or is friendship something that you're supposed to last as long as it serves you and the other person?
It's a good question. I mean, I don't have an answer to it. I just think that my original thought about it was that, I think we're also living longer. And so we are reevaluating what many relationship structures look like.
Yeah.
We're also seeing younger generations gravitating towards maybe non-monogamous or polyamorous forms of relationship structures. And I do think that is a response to the social political climate that we're a part of. But it's also, I think, shows us, I think, a lot about what we want our social structures to look like, which means that over time, we have a lot more loose connections, loose ties to people, and less sort of the long-term, like small group of people. And so even though we are pack animals, like we need people around us, I think the structure of that pack has changed significantly. Some of that could also be a response to kind of like collecting followers on social media and just like having weird numbers behind like how many people we know or how many people we're connected to or how many people want to follow us.
Right.
It sort of is this weird sort of redefine the culture situation where we're redefining like what it looks like to be in friendship. Because I don't know, I've used that term so loosely. I don't know about you.
What?
Well, if I know someone, I'm kind of like, oh, that's my friend.
Yeah.
Like that's a
Oh,
friend.
I see what you mean.
That's
Oh,
a
it's my
friend of
friend.
mine. That's a friend of mine.
Where it
like,
could just be like an acquaintance.
when it's acquaintance or like it's not maybe like a strong bond. It's not someone who I would call if I need them to like babysit my dog.
Yeah.
I don't have a dog, but like
Yeah.
that maybe just doesn't like. It might just be that we're redefining what friendships are and what they look like. And I think the strength of connections, is really what matters here. We know that the quality of our relationships determines the quality of our lives. So I think we have to all get on the same page in friendship to figure out like, is this good quality? Is this working for both of us? A healthy relationship is one that works for two people or many people in a friend group. And if it's not working, then it's not working. So then that's where I think people start to maybe pull back. But I know what you mean. Like it's becoming a lot more common. It seems that there's a drift and a quicker ghosting trend that like,
but even just
you can't do anything for me. So I'm going to like cast you aside.
Yeah. Or I'm kind of bored with you.
Yeah.
So I need the upgrade, but I'm the most fascinated about like the unique quality of that heartbreak, because like a heartbreak with a romantic partner feels one way. But a heartbreak with a friend breakup feels different. And I wonder, in part, is that just because we don't talk about it enough? We don't have enough examples or enough of a blueprint to navigate a friendship breakup?
Yeah.
Or is there actually an inherent difference between the two? Beyond just the fact that it's like a rupture of a relationship. Like beyond just the fact that it's grief. Like like friendship, there's a reason why we're friends with certain people and not romantic partners with them, right? So therefore, I'm just kind of thinking like there must be a unique
Yeah.
like flavor
Yeah.
to that type of breakup.
I want to get to that answer, but if we back up a second, I think because I'm also thinking about the people who don't have maybe like a rich social life or the social life that they want to. So therefore they don't have a really big history of friendship.
Okay.
That they haven't had like a lot of experiences with people, like a community, a group of people that are riding for them, like caring for them, like showing up for them and supporting them and like including them in things. And so I can imagine that for that type of person, it is incredibly painful when you get into something and you're like, oh my gosh, okay, this is what friendship is. And this is what it should be like.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the rupture there, I imagine, is just is painful. Like it's just like you're saying, like the strength of a close romantic relationship where you're like, oh my gosh, I thought this was my person. I thought we were closer than we actually are. Or I thought this was more mutual than the behavior is suggesting. And so then I think about that person. Then I also think about the person who has just had so many experiences socially or culturally or otherwise that they're just sort of like tossing people in the garbage because it's like, well, more are going to come. And so it kind of becomes that like Toy Story scenario where it's like Andy doesn't want to play with the toys anymore. So he throws them in the toy box and he's like, okay, I'm done. I'm done playing with the toys. You kind of gave me what I need and I got what I wanted from you. And now we don't have much more else here. So it's hard to say what's happening obviously in this one dynamic.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think many people can relate to the dynamic of wanting friendship in a group and wanting people close, non-romantically, like, but at the same time, struggling with the upkeep of friendship. I think that is becoming a bit harder to do, I think. What do you think about the maintenance of friendship, like upkeep? Because I think because of this digital world, like I think there is like an expectation of like, I have to be texting my friends all the time.
Yeah.
Or I have to be like checking in and talking to them virtually and digitally. When if I don't see you and if our lives don't bring us together because of plans or because of a shared hobby or events or like family gatherings, those types of things, if life doesn't bring us together, then it does sort of suggest like, well, then what else is the glue that holds us together? And I think when people find that like digital communication is the only thing that holds us together, that's like really shaky glue. That doesn't really, at least in my opinion, I don't think that really holds a relationship so strongly as does the rest of the stuff. So the in-person connections and like having face-to-face relationships with people, I think is just a stronger glue. And so that might also be playing out here too, which is that, maybe we were a bit too loosey-goosey on the types of communication that we had in this friendship. We weren't seeing each other enough. We weren't making plans enough. We weren't putting the effort enough. And then it fell apart.
Or I even see like our era of growing up with TV of like what friendships look like, right? Like, you know, I see like the Alana and the Abbeys, like the Broad City, the girls, the HBO girls, like
Arthur, Buster, and Francine.
Right. Like toxic, classic toxic trio. But you can see how these friendship dynamics they were more than just friendships. They became your people, right?
Yeah.
At a formative time. And I remember, you know, maybe I'm still in it. I don't know. But I remember like in those like earlier years, like your friendships meant everything.
Everything.
Right? Because they understood you. You had peers that were exactly where you were. And you were able to talk to them without it being a judgment, at least hopefully, right? Because they were going through it too.
Totally.
Well, and I can see that like codependency piece, like, and how friendship was kind of marketed to us as like, you need to be each other's ride or die. No matter
like,
what.
Attach at all costs.
Yeah.
Be
like you need to be pooping and I need to be sitting right beside you holding your hand.
Yeah.
Feeding you popcorn.
Well, we do that, but
we do. We still do that.
We still do that, but
we should probably change that.
Saying it out loud kind of makes me confront something I didn't
I
want to
wonder.
face just yet.
Yeah. But we don't have to change it now.
No, not yet. I wanted to also add another layer here, which is I think matters. I think age really does matter. Life experience matters here.
Yeah.
Early detachments and ruptures and rejections and like getting kicked out of friend groups at an early age. So being dumped, let's say in like primary school, middle school, high school, like that stuff stays.
Yeah.
That stuff is so formative. As we were saying, like obviously it still affects us as adults, right? But when we have more experiences with things like failure, rejection, and hurt and grief and tough emotions and handling discomfort, handling conflict, we get a little bit better at navigating it. And so sometimes what can happen is if we've been rejected early in childhood or we've had those ruptures in friendship early in childhood, then they can sting a lot more in adulthood. And so we're kind of replaying a scenario from the past rather than just keeping it isolated to what's happening. So if I was working with this lovely listener in therapy, which I'm obviously not, I would want to kind of know, what is your history of friendship breakups? Is this the first time or is this the 50th time? Or is this a really similar story to you? Like you've seen this movie before and you don't like how it feels because over and over and over, it feels like relationships are hard and attachments are difficult. So I would be curious and interested, like what did early friendship breakups or hard moments in friendship, what did those look like for you? Mainly because I think that gives us an instruction manual, a bit of a blueprint to figure out how we can help going forward. Possibly opening up a new layer of patterns or a cycle. Maybe this isn't the first time that this has happened. Not as a way to place blame on the loveliest of listeners, but more as a curiosity, sort of as like does it sting because it's familiar or does it sting because it's new? And I think that's an interesting question.
That is an interesting question. You know what else is an interesting question? The one that's waiting on the docket for our asking for a friend, which is in our final segment, which I think maybe we should go to. What are you thinking?
I thought you were going to say the interesting question was, what's for dinner?
What is for dinner?
I don't know. We'll figure that out.
I think I might have a shawarma again.
Yeah.
Because that shawarma was really good.
Really good. That sauce, that samba sauce. Have you had that?
No, but yes, I asked for everything. But then there was this, the bread.
Oh my gosh.
The SEJ
Yes.
bread.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
They also sell
Saj?
it. Yeah, the Saj bread.
Yeah.
They also sell it
Oh, I saw.
on its own.
Oh, I saw.
On its own.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you saw.
There's a shawarma place that's really close to where we're filming. And I stopped by after our
And it's
last session.
so,
And it was
good. It is heaven on earth, as the Christians say.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. And there's two devout ones here right
There's
now.
only two in the room.
Right now.
You know what they say?
We gotta represent.
The higher the hand, the closer to God.
Amen, sister. Amen. Father, Son, House of Gucci. All right. Let's segue sadly into our final segment, and then we'll wrap this up like a shawarma.
I'll see you there.
Okay. Ooh, we went deep.
We did. And so
We went spelunking.
the thing we forgot to do was talk about a through line. But
Oh, wait, let's talk about it now.
Well, I just wanted to say, I think that we're here asking for a friend.
Yeah.
And we just talked about friendship breakups.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, we were talking about the extinction of experiences.
Yes.
That we need with other people.
Yeah.
And
Keep
so
going.
I'm saying,
Say it.
I think the end segment.
Say it.
I think the end segment is the common thread. I just survived that. I hate what I just saw.
Clean up in aisle 4.
Yeah, can we get that on replay on the social media?
Hold on.
I was just gonna say it's kind of interesting that our asking for a friend is kind of the solution and common thread to what we've been talking about this episode,
Which is
that take it to a friend. Just like talk about it, check in about it.
Yeah.
Be together in community face to face and do the hard things and put in effort and don't take the easy path, the shortcut, especially when it comes to friends and something that's so important and nutritious
Yes.
right? Like we
And
need,
delicious.
we have to munch on our friends.
We do.
We need a healthy dose
I
of
mean, every now and then you got to bite your friend.
bite your friends.
If you could bite your friend anywhere, where would you bite them?
I'm going to take a bite out of you right here.
Yeah, but where?
Right here on this couch.
No, but what? What body part?
Oh, I thought you meant like where, like what place?
No. Yeah,
I was
like geographically.
I was like,
like at the bus stop.
Yeah,
at the
I was like, what
grocery-
location? I was like, I'll do it
where?
right here.
On the body. I know
I'll
where.
do it right here. Right on the.
I'll go first. The forearm.
Oh, I think
Like just like a.
I think it's the traps. I
Yeah,
think it's
okay.
the shoulders.
Okay.
Yeah, those like big beefy man shoulders.
Yeah.
That just like, you know, take a bite out of you.
Anyways.
At the end of every episode, we like to just resurface. We like to come back. We like to praise be. And so I rose my hands. Then I looked at my hand on the monitor and was like, praise be, I guess.
I guess so.
We like to resurface. We like to come back. We like to come out for a fresh breath of air. And at the very same time, we also want to take it not so serious. We'd love to be silly, but it doesn't have to be so serious all the time.
Yeah, because we love therapy on this podcast, but sometimes an everyday dilemma, a quandary, a query, a question, you don't always have to take it to therapy. Sometimes
No.
you just got to take it to a friend.
Pass it by the desk of a friend.
Yes. So without further ado,
And without further ado,
it's time for
Asking for a Friend.
Cue the music.
Oh, wait, that's my line.
Oh my god. This asking for a friend is ridiculous.
I know.
Am I reading it or are you
I
reading
think
it?
you should.
Okay.
Only because I love to watch you giggle. and
Wait,
and
I read the
squirm.
last one, I think. So you read this
Do you think
one.
anyone cares about that?
I do.
Oh my.
So why don't
jeez.
you read it?
Oh, okay. I see.
I want you to read
because
it.
it's long.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
You're
want you
like,
to read it.
you're like, I've already had my choral reading on this pod.
Yeah. Tell me a story, Jake.
Anyway.
So tell me this. A lovely listener submitted truly an everyday dilemma.
Yeah. So thank you. So if you want to submit your own, please go find the link in our bios,
Yeah.
and you can find the question box where this lovely listener has submitted theirs, and it goes like this. I work in a shared workspace that's kind of open concept, and it's a small team, like 10 to 12 people. Anyways, I like to save my morning BM.
Bowel movement
Thank you.
for those playing at home.
I like to save my morning BM for the office, but one day I accidentally clogged the toilet. This can't be serious. There was no plunger. Okay, I can't even. This is why I can't read.
going.
I had to ask you to read it because I can't keep a straight face. It goes on to say, there was no plunger, so I had to make a swift exit. Hey, Queen. I was going to tell maintenance, but then I got distracted with work and totally forgot. Later that day, I was having lunch with some... Simon, I actually can't continue.
You can do it.
It's too silly. But then I got distracted with work and totally forgot. Later that day, I was having lunch with some work friends that have been here as long as I have. We were complaining about the intern who's nice, but honestly sucks at the job. My work friend brought up the clogged toilet, and I froze. But they think it was the intern that did it and not me. Lovely listener, how dare you? Like, how dare you? They go on to write, it's been weeks now, and I feel like the office opinion has shifted negatively for this intern, and it totally is partly their own fault for underperforming, but also the clogged toilet incident seems to be the straw that broke the camel's back. Should I say something? I feel bad, but like, is it worth it? Listen, I'm saying cut the cameras. I am done. I could barely.
Well, as a friend, what would you do? What would you say?
if I was a work colleague in that scenario,
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd be able to help myself.
Oh, and say it?
Oh no, I would not say something. I think
You'd
this
be
is,
like, I was the one.
I think this is the running theme for me.
Yeah.
You're getting a big window into my
It's just like, avoid.
style. Yeah.
Just avoid it.
I say no. I think I just have a very like, I think a very big tolerance for bull poop, for the bad stuff. I think I just have a really big tolerance, and that's not good. That's something I'm working on. It's something I need to work on.
What is the work that you're supposed to form more of an opinion about things?
No, I feel like sometimes I'm too permissive. I'm too ambivalent. I'm too like, okay, I'm like, all right, who cares? Moving on.
But
I'm like,
sometimes you need to have a strong opinion about something.
Well, I do have strong opinions about things, as you know, but I feel like I need to I just have a bit of like a lower meter for like maintaining a space.
Okay, so bring it to the clogged toilet.
Sometimes it just feels like I've heard it all, and I'm kind of like, that doesn't faze me. Moving on.
Right.
And I'm not going to sit around and gossip at the table with you about it. Like, it's sort of like where I'm at.
So what would you do in this scenario?
Oh, I would keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing, Mary?
Yeah, this is not about me. I mean, like, if I...
So you wouldn't confess that the clogged toilet was you?
No.
Even though the intern's job is at stake.
I don't know if it's that personal. I would not place blame
This
on...
person, this intern, this spunky 21-year-old,
Exactly.
their livelihood is at stake because you decided to go to Chipotle last night.
Well, I guess I'm just saying, like, in the moment where I'm like putting myself in the shoes of like they're talking about the toilet and I froze, I think there's something that's like socially appropriate about, like, I'm not going to own up to that. Like, I don't need people to know that like I had a bowl cracking crap.
Like your head hit the ceiling.
I just don't know that that's on my list of like, oh, that's something I have to atone for. It's not on my list personally.
Interesting.
Meaning that I am of the sorts that I'm like, this isn't about me. I'm like, well, this is the intern, and his job is between him and his employer. I'm not going to get involved in that and own the fact that I may have had a hand in his departure because of my departures.
Because of my departures. My morning BMs.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Back to you in the studio. What do you think?
You know what? I would agree. I don't think I would say anything. So, lovely listener, say nothing. Go to your grave with that
pushing.
Story.
Yeah.
Keep it pushing, Mary.
Keep it pushing.
Because the demise of that intern, it sounds like it had nothing to do with that.
I mean,
with that morning incident, it was other things. You may have been the straw that broke the camel's back.
But listen, like if that was the straw that broke the camel's back, you have weak employment standards.
Yeah. Then that intern was destined to go eventually, right? Like
that cannot be.
So I wouldn't feel too bad about it, but also I love that this is a sidebar, but I love that this person goes specifically to work to have a BM.
Yeah,
I could not be further from that.
Really?
Yeah, no, never.
This is an honest and vulnerable share.
Yeah,
but I do relate to that. Because sometimes like works just like have good toilets. No. Sometimes they have like good private like toilets.
No, I'm at the camp of like, I want to be at home.
Oh, I am now. I am 1000% that person now. Mm-hmm. But I also can relate to like, well, sometimes you're just like on the go, on the move.
You're a girl on the go.
You have your coffee after you get to work.
You're BL Regularis. Yeah. It's hidden.
You're Jamie Lee Curtis.
You're Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
BL Regularis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're Jamie Lee Curtis.
Your IBS is like, hey.
Yeah, it says, and is now a good time? And then it says no.
And they're like, well, I'm coming anyway, so.
Yeah. And so in any case, some people depend on their morning coffee for a bowel movement. So this might be one of those situations.
Okay. Well,
so this may not be the worst thing about the intern is all I'm saying. So you might have to get some different criteria to evaluate employment.
What a stupid story. I love it.
What a silly story.
Please send us more of these. These are so funny and dumb, and I love it. It's right up my alley.
Thank you for submitting.
Yeah, thank you for submitting.
It's like so exciting.
You're so brave. Well, if you like what you heard.
Honestly, love your work.
Listen, love your work. Keep going. I'm a big fan. Huge. If you love what you saw, heard, smelled today, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. That definitely helps us out. Give us a rating, give us a comment. And if you didn't, keep it pushing, Mary. Keep it pushing.
Yeah, we love it. We love to see it. We love to see you.
Yeah.
We love to see you here. And lastly, your Jamie Lee Curtis is showing.
What do you mean?
Your BL Regularis.
Is it showing right now?
It's showing, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. Okay. I just had to say it. Okay. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
This isn't
Is my fly on deck?
Jamie Lee Curtis is showing.
Is my fly on deck?
Yeah.